Somewhere between midnight and sleep, your brain does something strange. It pulls up a conversation from 3 days ago, a comment your coworker made, an offhand joke from your sister, a reply you sent too fast, without thinking, and it plays it again, word for word, like it's checking something, like it's looking for a mistake you already made. Here's the part that doesn't make sense. The conversation is over. Nothing about it can change now. And yet, your brain treats it like unfinished business. A file that refuses to close. Why would a system built for survival, for hunting, for escaping danger, for protecting you, spend its quiet hours replaying small talk from a Tuesday afternoon? The answer starts with an accident. In the 1920s, a psychologist named Bluma Zeigarnik was sitting in a cafe watching waiters. She noticed something odd. The waiters could remember every detail of an order that hadn't been paid yet, down to the exact items. But the second the bill was settled, the memory vanished. Gone, almost instantly. She took that observation into the lab, and what she found became one of the most quoted findings in psychology. Unfinished tasks stay lodged in memory. Completed ones fade fast. Your brain, it turns out, doesn't file things away when they're done. It files them away when they feel resolved, and here's where it gets personal. Your brain doesn't just apply this to bills and to-do lists. It applies it to conversations, to the way someone looked at you when you spoke, to the pause before they answered. If a conversation ends without a clear, comfortable resolution, some part of your mind quietly marks it unfinished. Even if on paper, nothing is actually wrong. But that's only half the story. Because there's a deeper reason your brain fixates on people specifically, and not on, say, what you had for lunch. For most of human history, you didn't survive alone. You survived inside a group, a tribe. Being liked, being trusted, being read correctly by the people around you wasn't a social nicety. It was the difference between staying fed, staying protected, staying alive. A misread comment, a joke that landed wrong, a moment where you seemed too much or too little, could genuinely threaten your place in the group. Your brain never got the memo that most of that danger is gone. So it still runs the old software. Every social exchange gets quietly filed as a potential threat until it's confirmed safe. And confirming safety takes review, replay, analysis, even at 2 in the morning. When there is nothing left to analyze, there's a part of your brain responsible for this. And it has a name, the default mode network. It activates when you're not focused on a task, when your mind is idle, staring at the ceiling, waiting for sleep. And instead of going quiet, it often gets louder, sifting back through your day, pausing on the moments that felt socially uncertain. Think about the last time you sent a message and watched it sit there, marked as read, with no reply for hours. Nothing happened. No evidence of anything wrong. And still your mind started building a case. Did that come out wrong? Did I say too much? Should I send something else, or does that make it worse? None of that is really about the message. It's your default mode network, treating silence itself as an unresolved signal and refusing to let the file close until it gets one. Here's where it becomes genuinely surprising. Researchers have found that this kind of replay isn't a sign of a weak mind. It's often linked to people with sharper social awareness. The same mental machinery that helps you read a room, sense tension, notice when someone's tone shifts, is the machinery that turns inward and rereads you. It's not a flaw sitting next to your intelligence. It's the same system pointed in the wrong direction. But there's a darker side to this that's worth naming honestly. When this loop doesn't have an off switch, it stops being useful and starts costing you. Psychologists call the unproductive version of this rumination, and it's been linked, again and again, to poor sleep, heightened anxiety, and a mind that struggles to rest even when the body is exhausted. The same tool that once kept you safe in a tribe of 150 people is now running on a world with thousands of daily interactions. Texts, messages, tiny social signals, and it was never built for that volume. There's an added twist most people never hear. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar's research on human social groups suggests our brains are wired to comfortably track meaningful relationships with roughly 150 people. That's the ceiling evolution built us for. But the average adult today interacts, even briefly, with far more people than that in a single week, between messages, comments, co-workers, and passing conversations. Every one of those interactions gets fed into a system that was calibrated for a village, not a newsfeed. No wonder the replay loop never fully shuts off. It isn't just replaying one conversation. It's trying to keep score on a scale it was never designed to handle. So what do you actually do with this? You don't fight the replay. You close the loop on purpose. Instead of waiting for your brain to do it involuntarily at midnight, ask yourself plainly what actually happened in that conversation, not what you're afraid happened. Most of the time, the gap between those two things is enormous. Naming that gap, out loud or on paper, gives your brain the resolution it's been searching for, and the file finally closes. So the next time you catch yourself replaying that conversation from 3 days ago, word for word, understand what's actually happening. You're not overthinking. You're not broken. You're running a survival system that's still trying to keep you safe in a group of people who, statistically, stopped thinking about that moment hours ago. Your brain isn't malfunctioning. It's just still protecting a version of you that doesn't need protecting anymore.